Good morning. So Simba back here with another video. And today I'm going to talk about unlock emotional freedom through navigating your parental wounds. And the reason I'm doing this video is that I got a question from a student and a beloved friend of mine. And the background is this person has a boss that is very similar to one of their parents. So the interaction between this person and their boss is similar to the interaction they have with their parent. And the dynamic they grew up within was that the parent was very dominant, dismissive, and uh, a very strong authority. So it naturally fosters a lot of anger or stress because you start to have a disbelief in your own capacity to grow, to be yourself, to feel empowered that my decisions matter. And the thing is, these kind of sensations and unfinished stress responses, right? If you cannot really say what you want to say, if you cannot stand up for yourself because you're always met with criticism and punishment or shame or guilt or blame, you will have a lot of stress that didn't get discharged from your body. And what happens in your autonomic nervous system is that your nervous system will look for a similar situation. So it will go and create or drive you into a similar situation so they will have a new opportunity to discharge this energy. So it's not your thinking mind, it's actually your body that drives you into a similar situation. For instance, in this case, a similar situation to what this person had with their parent is recreated in their work life so that the body gets a new opportunity to let this energy go. But we're so socially conditioned to say I self sabotage, I just create problems for myself. Oh, this is not working. Why am I doing this to myself? And, we judge ourselves hard because we don't really understand the biology of what is really happening at hand through the autonomic nervous system. But once we start to understand that, we'll get another opportunity and see, wow, I'm actually able to do something. My body has recreated an opportunity for me to let go of this. I couldn't speak up to my father, to my mother. I couldn't say my voice. And it's not about being combative in a fight or aggressive or even an argument. It's just standing your ground and expressing your needs, your desire, your wants, your opinion in a firm, calm, and compassionate way. So, really, what has happened in this situation with this person is the body, the nervous system has recreated a situation where she actually gets a chance to work with this. So, this is just an opportunity for a person to work with a wound like this. And then, of course, comes the question, how do I work with this? Okay, that all sounds really great, all the theory and everything. Okay, great. What do I do about this? That's the whole question, right? So, what you can really do is lean into it. What is it that happens inside of you when you're in this interaction? Are you feeling angry, stressed, not heard, not seen? And when I say what happens, I mean what kind of thoughts comes up? What story do you tell myself yourself? I'm not good enough. No one listens. Oh, it'll always be like this. Doesn't matter what I do. Um, what kind of sensations do you feel in your body? Is it a tightness in your stomach? Is it a headache? Do you bite down your jaws? Do you hold your breath? What is it that happens in your body? So all of these cues are super important because they tell you, where do I store it? Where do my body go to when I'm feeling this stress? What emotions comes up? When what thoughts comes up? When you can start to identify that, then you can start to work with it in a wide range. There's many different tools that you can do for it. You can meditate on it, you can do breath work on it, you can do the emotional freedom techniques, tapping on it. But the most important factor is to be really precise about what happens in your body and what story comes up. The memory doesn't matter. You don't have to go back and work on this memory. And my father said this, my mother said this, and you don't have to go back and think about it. Just see, what emotions is it? What story is it that comes up? What emotions do I feel? Or what physical sensations do I feel? And work with these three, because these are the cues, these are the triggers. And once you can feel them and be present and breathe with them, you will start to discharge the energy, because your body can feel the stress. And once you give it an outlet for the stress, it will learn how to regulate the stress. So you will need to feel it, breathe with it, use the somatic healing tool, and that will start to let that energy go. And once that energy starts to come out, your body, your brain is being retrained to deal with the stress in a new way. This may take a little bit of time. It might not just be one time and it's done. This is something to be worked on a few times for you to have a really profound effect. But as you do, your body will start to release it and you will feel less trapped by it. And you will notice when you start to feel less triggered by this interaction, or this interaction stops to happen in this way, because it's a cause and effect. What you carry inside of you and what that person carried inside of you, it's kind of like a role play, but we're not aware of it consciously. It works subconsciously, it works from your autonomic nervous system. But once you clear that stress that you had, your past experience, your past trauma, your trigger, your stress, once you start to clear that out and feel more clarity and peace and patience in yourself, we won't have this interaction in the same way. And that can even help the other person stop engaging in this behavior too, just by you working with it yourself, not by going and telling them something. By you doing the work for yourself, you can start to heal the other person, because now there will be a new dynamic in this interaction. You will talk in a different way. You will come from a different way. That person's body will not feel stressed or threatened by you. So it will be very different, the interaction between you. And as you start to do this, you will feel more safe. The other person will feel more safe, and you will let go and start to let go of all the stressful energy that was previously holding you back. So that's really the way to work through it. So it's an opportunity, it's a blessing when the situations happen. It's not always comfortable. Is not always easy. It's simple, the approach. It's very straightforward and simple. It doesn't make it easy. It is a journey, it is a practice. So give yourself some slack, be kind to yourself, and allow this to come up. And just know parental wounds go deep. They can go really deep because they usually happen at an early age. So we have layers of belief systems and coping mechanisms and patterns and thoughts and opinions and whatever we have. We have layers and layers of all these patterns on top of it. So your body might not be super happy and ready to explore it and go there straight away. You might need to go slow, because the body can start to protect itself and lash out. And we start to do a lot of other things, what we call self sabotage and procrastinate, which is usually just a protective mechanism. So just remember that when you're doing this kind of work, you can never go too deep. You can never go too deep in any healing. You can go to the very core and through, and you can go as deep as you want. You can go too fast. That's the only thing to be aware of. If you go too fast, you will get very overwhelmed. You might feel like it's a failure. You might check out, become spaced out, or you can start to revert back to old behaviors. So go slow, seek support if you need some help, and we'd be more than happy to help you with this. This is something we work with a lot in our mentorship programs, where we have one-on-one sessions online, weekly group sessions that we do TRE and breath work. And we also have a lot of seminars and pre-recorded materials where we will guide you through a process of understanding what it is that happens in these situations. And we also have a retreat space if you want to come here and really do a deep dive into this and work through all of these patterns, because they can be hard sometimes to figure out on your own or in your environment. Sometimes you need to come out of your environment to be mirrored and to see what's really going on. And that's why we created a retreat space for people to come here and really immerse themselves in these practices, and have a strong mirror to really see what's going on in your own life. And that will help them to start to realize, what can I do? What is it that I bring with me? And what is it that's circumstantial? What comes from another person? And if you want to know more about that, feel free to drop us a DM, or you can write me at simba@livingwiththespirit.com, or you can go to our website, livingwiththespirit.com, and you can sign up for a free discovery call, and we can just have a casual call and see if you are a good fit and if there's something we can do for you. And if you have any more questions about this, feel free to drop me a DM or a comment, and I'll be more than happy to explore a little bit, expand a little bit further on the topic. Have a great day and take care.